So you're 16 years old, so that
Yeah.
puts you at what age in high school? Sophomore, junior?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior in
Yes.
high school. Okay.
The younger half.
The younger half. So that means you're looking at colleges?
Mm-hmm.
What colleges are you looking at right now?
My first choice is kind of a long shot at this point, but it's Northwestern University. I'm taking the ACT test in December, and hopefully I'm going to find out if I have at least some type of chance to get in. But I have some backup schools like Loyola and Villanova.
So your dream school, it sounds like, is Northwestern.
Yes.
And that's the school you feel like you want to go to the most.
Mm-hmm.
But you have backup schools as well.
Yes.
Villanova and what was the other one?
Loyola in Chicago.
Loyola in Chicago.
It's
Okay.
really fun.
What do you like about Chicago?
Just a lot about it. I like the weather, the big buildings, the location, how it's not too far from home, but it's enough to let me experience something new once I go to college. You know?
Yeah, so just overall you like the location, how it's close enough to home but far enough to get away, and the weather. You hope to go to Northwestern. Do you have any idea of what you want to study?
That's the bad part. I mean, I kind of don't really. I mean, I flip-flop between different things I might want to study, but I mean, I really haven't committed to one yet, so.
So at this point you're unsure of...
Yeah, but some things that I'm kind of interested in are sociology or something in the lines of social sciences, you know.
Okay, so social sciences interest you as of right
Yeah,
now?
like urban planning maybe. My friend told me that I should be an urban planner, and so that would probably be enjoyable if I could find a good job in it, you know.
Yeah. So you're looking at schools for college, maybe applying for a job.
Yeah.
Or have you applied for a job yet?
Yeah. Technically, I guess I am hired to work at Panera, but
okay.
I still don't know when I'm starting, and so probably after school tomorrow, I'm gonna check in, probably go talk to my manager at the store, see if I can get a direct answer. Because I've just been calling them, and it's just been a cycle. Just like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow, but they never do. So it's a little frustrating, but.
So you're feeling frustrated and a little bit confused as to why you're not starting yet.
Yeah, a little let down too, because I have different managers telling me different things about when I'd start or if I'd start, you know. So. Yeah.
So you just want some clarification, and nobody's really giving you any clarification of when you're going to start. What kind of piano music do you like to play?
It depends on the time of the year, really. Usually during the school year, I'll be playing some music for certain plays that my school does, and maybe even a piano audition, like when it gets to March or springtime, and during the summer, just play what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the season?
Pretty much, kind of. So.
If it's during a school musical or play, then you're playing music for that. If it's the summer, you play
whatever I want.
Whatever you feel like.
Yeah. I mean, currently, I'm in the process for my school's fall play, Dracula. I don't actually have a part in it, but I'm doing sound crew for it. So that premieres actually later this week on Thursday. So I'm kind of nervous because some of us don't really have our acts together yet, and it's kind of scary how we're getting really close, and some people still have to look through the book to see what their lines are.
So you feel nervous because you guys are running out of time.
Yeah.
And the play's approaching pretty quickly, and you don't think you'll be ready.
I think I'll be ready. I mean, there's just a couple people who don't necessarily know what to do with some parts, you know. But I mean,
so you feel like a few people need some instruction, or
I think we'll be fine once we get to it, though. But I mean, I think recently I heard. I don't know. I could be mistaken, but I think the chinchilla finally passed away.
Oh,
so, but, I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That must be difficult to share.
It was more difficult when we gave him away, of course. So I mean, he was pretty old. I think. So.
He was pretty old. Was he your chinchilla or just the family?
He was my brother's actually, but I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you remember giving him away that day?
Yeah, I remember. It was sad. I mean, afterwards we went over to Pottery Place, so we painted stuff, so that kind of made me happy.
So in the moment you were sad you had to give up the chinchilla, but then probably your mom wanted to make you feel better and took you to a Pottery Place to paint.
Yeah.
What do you what do you see in your future, or what do you hope to see in your future?
Hopefully go to Northwestern first off.
Hopefully Northwestern?
Yeah, I mean, once I get out of college, I kind of want to move away from St. Louis. I mean, find a job in maybe a bigger city, you know. But I mean, after, when I get married, or if I get married, you know, like if I had kids, then I'd probably move back to St. Louis since I'm so familiar with the area, like all the schools and all that.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you want to raise your family in St. Louis, but
Yeah.
before raising a family, you'd like to live somewhere else,
Yeah.
like Chicago.
Yeah, just try it for once, you know.
This will be your first job, or how have you made money in the past?
Actually, in the past, I played at weddings and got paid. I mean, just yesterday, I played at a wedding and got paid $100.
Wow.
So yeah.
So you play at weddings. You play piano.
Piano, yes.
You play piano at weddings, and
Yeah.
just yesterday you made $100.
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
And you're 16 years old and making $100 in 1 hour? Is that how long a wedding?
I mean, we practiced a little bit beforehand, so I guess altogether it's probably 2.5 hours maybe. But, I mean,
wow.
it goes by pretty quickly, and it's a lot of money for such a short time, you know.
Yeah, you're making a lot of money in quite a short time. Yeah, I've never been to Chicago, so I can't really speak on the terms of how it is as a city, but it sounds like you really enjoy your time spent there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I rode on the Amtrak train. It was an interesting experience.
Riding the train was an interesting experience. What happened?
Well, first, I mean, it was my first time traveling alone, sort of.
Was that scary, traveling alone?
Yeah, it was scary. I mean, I was really unsure of like what I was doing at times, you know. Like, for example, when I first got on the train, I didn't know if I was on the right train cart, if that made any sense. But I mean, if they're all going the same way, I guess it didn't really matter. So
you were unsure if you were in the right place.
Yeah, so it actually took me 3 different train rides to get there and back. So I spent the night at Bloomington Normal, which is where Illinois State is, and then I took a train up to Chicago with him the next day. And then after 3 or 4 days in Chicago, we took the train back, and he got off at Bloomington Normal, and I continued on to St. Louis after that.
So it sounds like it was a long trip that you traveled by yourself.
Yeah, it was very different from any trip I've ever taken before. I could definitely say that.